Okay, very good. Good afternoon, guys. Nice to see you again. I hope you had a great weekend. Today is August 15th. It's Monday, beginning of a new week. And this is Wide Angle 3. Okay. In this class, we are doing Unit 7.1. We are beginning a new unit. All right. So let's take a look at our page on Google Classroom so we can check out the topics and the homework from last class. Okay. All right, people. So let's take a look at our last week so we can see what we did before. Okay. So let's take a look there. Yes. Last week we had our test, okay? So it was the day August 8th, we had our progress test 2, right? Units 4, 5, and 6. And on Wednesday, we had the project and we had a review on units 4 and 5. And I think, hi Manu, good afternoon. How are you? I think I asked you to do for homework pages 151, exercises 4 and 5, and page 152. Okay, so did you have a chance to do your homework? Okay, don't worry, Manu, that's all right. Don't worry, I totally understand, okay? You can write on the message board to participate, okay? No problem. So my question now is, did you have a chance? All right, thank you. Did you have a chance to do your homework from last week? Do you have any questions about it? No? No means no question or no, I didn't do the homework. We go get my coffee here. So, if you have any questions, let me know. Okay, guys, I will show the page again and try to correct it because I know that you may have some questions there and we need to finish this before we start Unit 7, okay? So let's go to page 151 and check it out, okay? So this is the beginning of the new unit. And we are going now to page 151 to find out the exercise we asked you to do. Let me see if you have any questions, if everything is okay. Let's see there. Yes, here we go. From this page, I asked you to do only the last one. Okay, number 5. Complete the sentences, putting the adjectives in the correct order. Remember, you have to review here. It's a chance for us to review actually the adjective order, okay? So you know that we had a formula to help us do that, okay? I think this was the formula. Do you remember? Do you remember this formula? Whoa. Just a moment, guys. I lost my image here on the screen. Let me try to fix the problem here. Just a second. Okay. So, girls, I don't know if you remember this formula. We saw this in lesson 5. So let me just break it out for you. So look, O stands for opinion. This is the first adjective we should use, okay? If there is an adjective about opinion, giving opinion, for example, beautiful, like terrible, something like that, something subjective, then it comes first, okay? Then comes size. A stands for age, all right? S, the second S stands for shape. C stands for color. O stands for origin. Origin like Italian, French, Brazilian, okay? M stands for material. For example, leather, glass, golden, okay? And the last one is the purpose. Okay, for example, um, beach house. Beach is the purpose of the house, right? Or you can have like something, for example, um, a tennis bag, a bag that tennis players use to put their rackets inside. So you can call that a tennis bag. So tennis is the purpose of the bag, okay? So here we have OSAS comp, opinion, size, age, shape, color, origin, material, and purpose, okay? So based on that, let's take a look at the exercise here. So I don't know, have you done this? Did you have a chance to do it? Probably not, right? So first, we have to use opinion if the opinion adjective is there, right? So here, in the first one, we have opinion. Look, beautiful. So this one comes first. So how much is that beautiful old leather chair? Because old has to do with age, right? And leather is material, okay? So here we have age and then material. So in a sequence, first we should use opinion, then age, and then material, okay? Beautiful old leather chair, okay? All right, girls, do you get this? Yeah? So I will show you the answers. So you just take a picture and then you transfer to your book or notebook, okay? Yes, there you go. Okay, can we close? All right. Very nice, people. So after that, I asked you to do Unit 6. Remember, this exercise. It's a very important review exercise. So the first one, fill in the missing letters to complete the sentences. So the first one, for my friend's birthday, I bought her a, and put a photo of us in it. So remember, this lesson talks about photography, images, right? So here, a frame. Frame in Portuguese is the same as porta-retrato, okay? So I bought her a frame or a picture frame, okay? Number 2, this photo shows a great view of the pyramids at Giza. If there isn't enough light, use a flash when you take photos. A selfie stick is useful for taking photos of yourself. To be honest, I never use a selfie stick. And it's so much so that I wasn't even recognizing the written form of that thing. So a selfie stick is something really long that you can hold to take a better picture of yourself or your group of friends. Some people have those things. I don't know. I don't. Number 5, it's a good photo, although the background is slightly out of focus, okay? There are lots of portraits of famous people in the National Gallery. Okay, guys. So this was the first part. Okay, make sure you have the right answers. Correct your exercises if you have done. Okay. So let's take a look. Next one. Complete the agent nouns by adding er, or, ist, or ian. Okay, so ist or en. Okay, this is more like when we talk about a person's job or profession. Okay, so let's take a look here. The first one, as a politician, I need to have very clean public image. Number 2, a good portrait photograph. In this case, a professional photographer. So, photographer, okay? A good portrait photographer. Number 3, it takes hard work to become a successful scientist, okay? Number 4, I sent the article to my editor for comments. The governor of Vermont has a good reputation for protecting rights. People do not expect a traveler to miss a flight. 7, musician, for an independent musician, okay? And 8, a digital image specialist can earn a very high salary. Okay, girls, any questions here? No? All right. Okay, can I move on? All right. So, complete the text with these words. So you have to use the quantifiers because they were the topic of Unit 6, right? Quantifiers. So we have here lots, too many, enough, both, a few, and too much. Okay, so let's check out the answers. The first one, I recently visited the Louvre in Paris for the second time. I enjoyed both times, but my first visit was more enjoyable. This trip, there were too many people, and I didn't have enough time to see everything I wanted. I took lots of photos, but unfortunately, a few of them were out of focus. Anyway, I don't mind. I think people give too much importance to photographing things. We should spend more time enjoying the experience. Okay? So this is a very nice paragraph. Okay, girls, can I move on? I will just check the answers because I assume you did the exercise, okay? Number 4, rewrite the sentences with the words in parentheses. So here we have, my wife and I have digital cameras. So you have to use the word both, okay? So let's check it out. Look, there are two options. You can say, my wife and I both have digital cameras, or both my wife and I have digital cameras. Okay. The second one, I keep all of my photos online. Number 3, my sister posts several selfies every day. Okay. Number 4, most children today use cameras more for making videos than taking pictures. And Tim painted several of the paintings at the exhibition. All right, girls. So take a picture and keep it. It's really nice to have those answers. And I hope you didn't have any problems, right? But if you did, let me know, okay? All right, can I close? All right, good. Now, number 5, sorry, guys. Choose the correct sentences. So here we just have to decide which one is correct, A or B, okay? So let's check it out. The first one, we have the first one, letter A. Why didn't you choose? My God. It's difficult to read this one. I can't read letter A. Letter B. Why didn't you send me a postcard? Much better. So the first one correct is letter B. You have to choose the correct ones, okay? Number 2, please give this picture to James. Yeah, that's the right one. Number 3, I'll show you all the photos from my vacation. Yeah, letter A. Number 4, Joanna brought this poster for me. Letter A again. Number 5, they booked an economy class ticket for you. So let's see if that's the one. Again, right? So only number 1 is letter B. The others, the correct answers are letter A. Okay. All right, people. Everything correct? So this is the part of the review we had to finish correcting. Okay, and I asked you to do as homework. Okay. So let me zoom out. Okay. Back to our page 70, 75. Now, yeah, I think it's 75. Gosh, I can't really see it. Yeah, 75. Okay, confirmed. So look at this, people. This is the beginning of Unit 7, okay? And as you can see, the unit talks about predictions. So it has to do with the future, okay? So this is really good. Look at this picture. What does this picture have to do with the future? What do you think? What place is this? Look. So maybe they decided to start the lesson about predictions by showing a little boy playing in a deserted place. Actually, not so deserted, but it looks like a broken bridge or something like this, like a construction site that is not terminated or it's still underway or simply abandoned. And it's not the best place for the boy to play, right? But anyway, let's take a look at what the photographer has to say about this picture, okay? So let's listen.
The boy stands watch over the fields in which his family is living with other families in Mato Grosso, Brazil. The families live rough without running water or electricity. The houses are wooden with thatched roofs made of straw and covered by plastic bags in order for them to keep dry. They grow various crops, including beans, corn, and bananas. People try to predict the future so that they can prepare for what is coming. I think they want reassurance that they are prepared and on the right path. I suppose I'm always sort of trying to predict the future in my work. I try to predict what people I am photographing will do while I'm photographing them and in the future. By thinking ahead, I think people can change their actions to create different outcomes and in turn influence the future. I remember in high school, a friend of mine invited me to come to cheerleading practice with her so I could eventually join the team. And I was already really enchanted with being on a sports team, but the idea of cheerleading didn't quite excite me. I thought maybe it would be cool, but I didn't know. As I listened to the cheerleading coach speaking about expectations and whatnot, I realized that the track team was meeting right next to us. So I got up, said my goodbyes to my friend, and went to sit with the track team. And this led to some amazing years of my youth, being on the track team and making a network of supportive friends.
All right, very interesting. So what does she say about this picture that has to do with the future? You might guess, maybe she's talking about when we are in a difficult situation, we try to envision a better future. Yes, of course, right? When we are going through a bad situation, either because we're struck by poverty or because we live in a place like that. Do you remember the name of the place? She said. Yes, it was in Brazil. Yes, Mato Grosso, Brazil. So this community probably lives in a very poor area and they don't have the essentials, right? That we do here in the big city. So what she is saying that most everybody wants to know about the future. We want better things, but especially people who live in places like that, people who are suffering, people who are deprived of the basic needs, right? They always dream of something better, okay? So here, there are some questions that were asked to the photographer. Example, are you excited about the future? Why do people try to predict the future? Okay. And how can people try to influence the future? So I guess she discussed some of those questions, okay? So I will play this again, but I will play without the sound. So you can pay attention to the subtitles and check the answers to those questions. Okay? So no sound this time. All right, people? I will not even turn off the microphone because we will have to talk about it. So I will just eliminate the sound. So this is the name of the photographer, okay? Nadia Shira Cohen. So first, she describes the picture, okay? She talks about who the boy is and why he is there. Let me try to get the place where she talks about it. Let me go again. So the boy stands watching over fields because he's standing on a high place, so he can watch the fields in which his family is living with other families. So there are other families living there, okay? Here she says the place, all right? Mato Grosso, Brazil. So here she says the families live rough. Rough is exactly without water, without electricity, right? Without the basic things. So here she's describing the houses where people live in. So here she says they live in wooden houses. So the houses are wooden. They are made of wood. Okay. This is, I think this is wood. If not, wood comes from trees. Okay, guys, just so you know. With thatched roofs made of straw. So roofs that are very simple, very, very simple, made of straw. Straw is the same as palha in Portuguese, okay? Look, and covered by plastic bags in order for them to keep dry. So to protect them from the rain, they cover the houses with plastic bags. Okay, so very poor conditions. So here now she is saying what they do there to try to survive. So here she says they grow various crops, including beans, corn, and bananas. Okay, crop is the same as plantations. So they plant some things like beans, corn, and bananas. So we call them crops. Okay. And then here she will try to answer the first question. Why do people, actually the second one, why do people try to predict the future, to know about the future? Why? So let's see what she says. This is one reason, okay? So she says, people try to predict the future so that they can prepare for what is coming, okay? So this is the reason why so many people try to predict, they try to learn about the future so they can be ready, okay? So here she says, I think they want reassurance that they are prepared and on the right path. So reassurance is like a confirmation that, okay, I'm ready. I know how to do this. I can do this, right? So here she says that she thinks that she's always kind of trying to predict the future in her work. Okay, so how is she doing this? Let's see. So here she says, I try to predict what people what people I am photographing will do. So she takes pictures of people doing whatever they want, like this boy here, for example. This boy is playing, right? So she takes a picture, but she doesn't really know what the people will do next. So it's a very nice way of photographing and telling stories, right? When people are not expecting to be taken a photo of, right? So this is what we call a snapshot. A snapshot is a picture that the person who is being photographed is not expecting. Okay, so we call that a snapshot. And then here she says that she doesn't know what they will do while she is photographing them. This is one thing. And also in the future, she doesn't know what people will do in the future. So it's a way for her to kind of predict, okay, while she's being a photographer, trying to predict the future. Now she goes on to answer the next question. How can people try to influence the future? Is it possible? Let's say. So here she says that by thinking ahead, we can try to influence the future. She says, I think people can change their actions. So when you decide to do something, but then like at the last minute, you change your opinion, you change your mind, you decide to do something else. So, and not only that, but we are making decisions all the time. Okay, we are always deciding this or that. So here she's talking more about listening to the inspiration that goes on every now and then. We receive some kind of message from the universe, and if we listen to those messages and do as they say, we can maybe find our way and be happy. So she says that thinking ahead is a way to influence the future. okay? So here she says they can create different outcomes. Outcome is the same as result, okay? So when you change your route, when you change the way you are going, you have different outcomes, of course, right? So, and in turn, you influence the future, okay? Then she talks about an experience she had when she was in high school. Okay, a friend of hers invited her to join a cheerleading team. A cheerleading team, sorry, is when you dance some choreographies um, to help cheer for some teams like football or soccer in the United States. They have this kind of um, event while they are playing soccer. By the field, there are some girls dancing and shouting, and just to help the team of the house in their game. So they call these girls cheerleaders. Okay. So she was invited to be a cheerleader. So she went there, okay, to rehearse. Look, so she went to this cheerleading practice with her friend. And then she could, if she wanted, she could join the team, right? But first, she went there to see if she would adapt, okay? So here she says that she was already enchanted with being in a sports team. So she has, I mean, at the moment when she went there, she liked sports, kind of, right? And she wanted to be part of a sports team, okay? But she wasn't sure about cheerleading. Look, that's what she says here. The idea of cheerleading didn't quite excite me. Okay. So at first, she thought maybe it would be cool, but she didn't know. So while she was there, as she listened to the cheerleading coach speaking about expectations and whatnot, and I mean, everything related to cheerleading, she was there and she was like, I don't know if I want to do this. So she suddenly realized that the track team was meeting right next to them, right? So the athletics. And then she thought twice. Look what she did, okay? She got up and then look, she got up and said her goodbyes to her friend. So she said, oh no, I don't want to do this. No, that's not for me. And then she went to the other event. So she went to sit with the track team. Because of this decision, she said, she influenced her future because instead of being a cheerleader, she started practicing a different kind of sport, which was track and field. Track and field, people, in Portuguese is atletismo, okay? So the track team is the same as time de atletismo, okay? So she joined and she had a lot of fun. as she says here. This led to some amazing years of her youth being on the track team. Okay. And making a network of friends. Okay. So she met nice people there. Look, making a network of supportive friends. So she had a lot of wonderful friends there while she was at the track team. So this is an example she gave of how you can influence your future and also the future of other people, right? So this is basically it. All right, girls. I know that she speaks a little fast, and the first time we watch the video, we don't really get all the ideas and okay, but I like to analyze the video so we can enjoy it more. So let me play again now, and I will put the audio again so you can understand, okay? And I will turn off the microphone. Just a sec.
The boy stands watch over the fields in which his family is living with other families in Mato Grosso, Brazil. The families live rough without running water or electricity. The houses are wooden with thatched roofs made of straw and covered by plastic bags in order for them to keep dry. They grow various crops, including beans, corn, and bananas. People try to predict the future so that they can prepare for what is coming. I think they want reassurance that they are prepared and on the right path. I suppose I'm always sort of trying to predict the future in my work. I try to predict what people I am photographing will do while I'm photographing them and in the future. By thinking ahead, I think people can change their actions to create different outcomes and in turn influence the future. I remember in high school, a friend of mine invited me to come to cheerleading practice with her so I could eventually join the team. And I was already really enchanted with being on a sports team, but the idea of cheerleading didn't quite excite me. I thought maybe it would be cool, but I didn't know. As I listened to the cheerleading coach speaking about expectations and whatnot, I realized that the track team was meeting right next to us. So I got up, said my goodbyes to my friend, and went to sit with the track team. And this led to some amazing years of my youth, being on the track team and making a network of supportive friends.
Okay, girls. Very nice, isn't it? Yeah, she changed her connections, made new friends, and we do that all the time, right? When we make decisions. So that's a very nice picture, isn't it? Anyway, she's a great photographer. Yeah, very inspiring. Now, what about you guys and girls? Are you excited about the future? Do you want to learn about the future before? I mean, do you want to be ready for the future? Yeah, most of us, right? I guess, yeah, it makes sense. We want to be prepared. We want to enjoy the best way we can, right? The things we live here. So we tend to, yeah, try to find out. Some people know, some people don't really want to know. They just, oh, it's okay. I don't mind. Let's live day by day, right? So here in the first activity, they want us to discuss things people may say when they make predictions. Okay, so here we have these topics. For example, the weather. What do you think people may say when they talk about the weather? Like the weather next weekend. What do people usually say? Yeah, weather forecasts, right? Usually when we talk about the weather, we talk about forecast. So forecast is the same as previsão do tempo em português. So weather forecast. Okay. So when we say weather forecast, we are talking about previsão do tempo. And in this kind of situation, what do people usually say? Yeah, they say words related to the weather, right? So we can, for example, say, oh, the weather may be cold or hot. We may have some, because they're all predictions, or they will say, oh, it will rain or whatever. So they will use some verb tense in the future, okay? It may rain tomorrow, or they can also say, if it's for sure, right? It's going to rain this afternoon. And so on and so forth, right? Depending on the level of certainty they have, okay? So they can say it may rain, it will rain, or it's going to rain, okay? So when we talk about sports results, how do people make predictions? What do they say? People usually bet, right? When we are discussing sports and trying to predict the future. Of course, most people don't bet, but some people do. Bet is the same as apostar, okay? Now, nowadays, some people like this kind of thing. They bet for money, they make money out of sports predictions or results, okay? As pessoas apostam nos times que elas acham que vão ganhar, okay? So it's a way to predict the future, right? But the people who just watch the games and never bet, they sometimes predict the future by saying, oh, that's my team. We will be champions. Yeah, I'm sure. And yeah, people say sports fans, they say that a lot, right? Financial markets, this is totally alien to me. I don't know much about it, but yeah, there is a lot of prediction in the financial market. They will talk about um, the prices that will be current on a specific day. They say, oh, the gas will go up to, I don't know, R$ 7 in 2, 3 months, or because of the petroleum, or they try to predict what will happen with the stocks, like the stock exchange market. This is a way to predict the future, right? Because a lot of people buy and sell stocks, right? Political elections, again, a lot of prediction, especially now, right? Because we have elections coming up, I think, in November. And all the time when we watch the news reports, they give some statistics of how many people are intending to vote um, for this or that candidate. So they try to make a kind of preview, okay? They carry out researches And they surveys as well, because they interview people asking, oh, which candidate are you thinking of voting for? And then people answer and they put this result in the computer, so the computer can make a kind of statistics, so they know, oh, this candidate has this percent of votes, this other candidate has this and that, and then they can make a prediction of the results. I don't really believe in those things. I try to ignore that kind of, because unfortunately journalists, they can change the results. They can put whatever they want. I don't know. I don't think it's trustworthy. Consumer behavior is another thing that, especially people who work with marketing and um, people who sell things, they have to predict consumer behavior. They have to know what the consumer market will be like, and if they will accept or welcome the new product. So they carry out a lot of surveys before they launch a new product. Okay, marketing is incredible. All right, people. So how possible is it to make accurate predictions? Accurate is the same as exatas. So how possible is it to make previsões exatas? Is it possible, right? How good are you at making predictions? So they want to know if you can make good predictions, and if you're good at this. Can you do that? Are you good at making predictions? So you can think about it. I'm not so good. Sometimes I have a feeling, but nothing accurate, nothing really accurate. Okay. I don't know about you. You can think about it. So before we watch a video that I separated for us to see what the future holds according to our choices, I would like to show you the beginning of this lesson, 7.1, entitled Get the Message. So take a look at this picture. What do you think they will talk about? Yeah, that's it. Text messages or just texting, right? Do you text a lot? I can tell you, I do. I do, because that's the best way nowadays to communicate with people. So we text all the time, right? At work, at school, with our family. We do that a lot, right? We send messages all the time. So how many texts or instant messages do you send each day? How will I know? I never count. Really, never. I never count, but I know that it's a lot. And who do you text most often? I believe that you text your friends more often, right? Because you are all the time in contact or in touch with your friends from school, sometimes your family, right? So your parents. And I do too. Now, because I have a job, I text my colleagues very often, and also my friends and family. Okay. So here we are going to see some collocations with get, right? Just to improve our vocabulary a little bit more. We're going to see some expressions we use with the verb get, okay? So let's take a look here. Collocations, people, are words that people often use together, okay? So there are lots of collocations with the verb get. Example, with get plus a noun, get often means receive, okay? So example, get an email, get a job, get a chance, okay? So it usually means to receive. With get plus adjective, get often means become. Example, get confused, get lost, get ready, okay? In other collocations, get has different meanings. So here we have get home. Get home doesn't mean receive. No, but it means arrive home. Get a train. Catch a train. Okay? So understanding and using collocations will help you communicate more naturally in English. So it's a nice way to communicate better, right? When you know the right collocations to use. So, sorry. Here in number 2, let's do the exercises. Complete the sentences with get collocations from the vocabulary development box. Make sure you use the correct form of get, okay? So just for you to know, I don't know if you have the book, but I will leave the box here on the screen. I will try to. I don't know if it's possible, but at least some of it so you can see the options we have. So here, look, we have get an email, get a job, get a chance, get confused, get lost, get ready, get home, get a train. Okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And here we have 5. I don't know if we have more here. No, only that. So let's take a look at the first one. Let's see. I'm straight after graduation. Now, 5 years later, I'm the manager. So here she's talking about, yes, very good, getting a job. So in the past, I got a job, because this is a sentence about the past. So I got a job straight after graduation. Now, 5 years later, I'm the manager. Wow, so fast, right? Now, I was talking on the phone while I was, so I didn't realize that my socks didn't match. So here, what is she saying? Yes, very good. So she was getting ready when she mixed the socks. So she was on the phone. She didn't realize. So here, I was talking on the phone while I was getting ready. Okay. So I didn't realize that my socks didn't match. Number 3, if you don't ask for directions, so you will Get lost. Yes, very good. Number 4, I say I was the winner of a competition I didn't enter. It must be a scam. What is that? That's something that usually happens, right? We get those a lot. We call it spam, right? Spam emails are emails that you receive and you didn't ask for. So, yeah. So here it's the past. So I got an email saying, okay, I was the winner of a competition I didn't even enter. It must be a scam. Scam is similar to spam. We call scam in Portuguese golpe. Okay? Different from spam. Spam is unwanted email, right? Email that you don't want. Not necessarily a scam, okay? But scam, we call it golpe in Portuguese, okay? Number 5, I normally at 6 o'clock on weekdays. Now here it's the simple present. Yeah, it can be get home, right? So let's try this one. Okay, now let's check the answers. Yay, everything correct. Okay. All right, girls, any questions about it? No? Is everything okay? Yeah? Okay, so let's move on to the next activity. Let's see what else they have to say, because we are using, first of all, expressions or collocations with get, because we use them a lot when we talk about future predictions and what do we want to do in the future, what do we want to happen, right? So let's see here, number 3. We use get, so use get with the words in the box to complete the sentences. Make sure you use the correct form of get. So here we have another exercise with get collocation. So let's make it bigger. No, not good. It's better to use without the focus. So let's try to zoom in. Yeah, good. So we can say get injured, get wet, get changed, get better, get married, get invited, and get angry. But we have to see if it's present or past. Okay? So let's say, number 1, my parents, when they were in their 20s. I'm 30 and I'm still single. So which one is that? Very good. Got married. Okay. All right. My parents got married when they were in their 20s. I'm 30 and I'm still single. Okay. So now I will give you 2 minutes to do the other ones on your own. Let's see how you do it. I will try to put the sentences here. Yeah. Here are the words. Okay. Yeah, try to do from number 2 to number 7, and then we do the last one together, okay? Let me start timing you. Okay, go ahead, people. Okay, yes, finished. So let's check the answers, people. Number 2, what do you think? I need to get changed. Very good. I need to get changed before I go out. Okay. Number 3, did you to Tina's party? Yeah. Did you get invited to Tina's party? Uh-huh. Number 4. Yes, this one here is in the past. Yes, here she says, I had a terrible cold last weekend, but I'm finally getting better. So actually here they're using the present continuous to say that it's ongoing, right? I'm getting better, okay? So number 5, my brother, so he doesn't play anymore. Very good. My brother got injured playing football, right? Next one. The weather forecast is terrible. You better take an umbrella or you'll get wet. All right. And the last one. The customer, when the manager told him he couldn't get a refund, got angry. All right. So let's check the answers. Okay, guys. Yes? Any questions? So here we have a lot of expressions or a lot of collocations with the verb get, okay? And just to finish here, we are going to see the last part. I know we have only 1 minute, but let's take a look at this reading skill thing here. It's a reading tip, okay, guys? Recognizing words with more than one meaning. So it is important to know that in English, many words have more than one meaning. Yeah, it's true. Sometimes the meanings are related and do not stop you from understanding. In other cases, the meanings are very different and could cause misunderstandings. For example, the noun crash has four different meanings. It can be a car accident, or a loud noise, or a sudden fall in the value of something, like the stock exchange market, and a sudden computer failure. So use the context to make sure you have, you have the right meaning of a word. Excuse me. If it doesn't make sense, use a dictionary to check other meanings. Okay? So it's important to understand the meaning through the context. Okay? So let's just check out some examples here. Choose the correct meaning of the word in bold. I want to see if James has replied to me yet, or has replied to my text. So I want to, yeah, find out. Okay. Sorry, I didn't get your last text. Can you resend it? Most recent. Yes, very good. A cube has 6 faces, not 4. Yeah, the side or the surface. Okay. I like to add borders to my digital photos. Mhm. Very good. Letter B, strip around the edge. Okay. And number 5, press the return key after you type your name. Yeah, it's a button on a computer keyboard. So you see how many different meanings a word can have? Let's check the answers. Great. Very good. There you go. So we are done with this page, and I will send you the video that I was planning to share because it's a nice video. It is like a quiz, and when you answer the quiz, you can find out about your future. It's like a personality test, okay? So you can kind of find out what the future holds for you depending on your answers. So it's interesting and it's good to practice, okay, people? So what did we learn today? Let's go to our page on Google Classroom here. Let me just search for our class for today. Yeah, I think it's right here. Yes, here we are, okay? So today we saw predictions and talking about the future, how important it is to know about the future. And we also saw the photographer's opinion about why people want to know about the future, right? We saw collocations with get, and we also saw some words that have multiple meanings, right? The homework for next class is online practice, unit 7.1, and the worksheet, collocations with get. Here we have them. Oh, yeah, here we are. Yeah, there are two exercises, I think. One is a Word document, and the other one is a digital worksheet. Okay? Excuse me. All right, girls, let me take a final picture. All right. Great. So see you again on Wednesday. All right. Have a nice afternoon. Enjoy your Monday. Relax. See you on Wednesday. Bye-bye, girls. Take care. Bye-bye.